What if I told you that there's a bridge in South Carolina where on some nights you can hear the sound of a baby crying, even when no one is there? It might sound like just another ghost story, but dozens of people have heard it with their own ears. Today, we're diving into the eerie mystery of Crybaby Bridge. We'll explore real-life investigations, chilling eyewitness accounts, and strange theories about what could be haunting this bridge. Stick around. What we've uncovered might be shocking more than you think. Crybaby Bridge, deep in the backwoods of South Carolina, has become a hotspot for paranormal activity. But the question is, why? What is it about this bridge that makes so many people hear the cries of a baby? Could it just be the legend? Or is there something much darker lurking in the shadows? Before we get into the spooky investigations and real-life experiences, let's start with a story that gave this bridge its creepy reputation. The legend goes that many years ago, a mother lost her baby. Whether by accident or despair, no one will ever know. It fell into the waters below, and since then, locals say the baby's cries echo through the night, forever trapped under the bridge. But here's what makes this different from just another campfire story. Many people swear that they've actually heard the cries. And not just once, but over and over.
Let's talk about the brave souls who visited Crybaby Bridge. Over the years, many have reported hearing something that makes your skin crawl. The unmistakable sound of a baby crying. The strange thing, it seems to come from nowhere. One of the scariest stories comes from a group of friends who visited the bridge one summer night. They didn't believe in ghosts and laughed off the legend. But as they stood on the bridge, everything went silent. Then suddenly, one of them heard it. A faint, distant cry. It grew louder until it seemed to be coming from right under their feet. They searched the area but found nothing. Just the bridge and the sound of the river. What's even creepier, they weren't the first and definitely not the last to hear those haunting cries. So, could this really be something supernatural? That's what a group of paranormal investigators wanted to find out. Armed with recording devices, EMF meters, and thermal cameras, they set out to either confirm the legend or debunk it once and for all. Here's where things get even stranger. During one investigation, the team captured unexplained sounds, eerily similar to the crying people have reported for years. But that wasn't all. Their EMF meters, which detect electromagnetic fields, often believed to signal the presence of spirits, spiked in certain spots on the bridge, even though there was no electricity nearby. Could this be proof that something is haunting Crybaby Bridge? Or is there another explanation we're missing? So, what could be causing the eerie cries? Is it really the spirit of a baby trapped in the water below? Or is there something else going on that we've overlooked? Some believe the sounds could be explained by the wind, moving through the trees and the structure of the bridge in such a way that it mimics the sound of crying. But here's the thing. The people who've heard it insist it's too real, too human sounding to be just the wind. And if it's only the wind, why do some hear it while others standing right next to them hear nothing at all? There's also a psychological theory. Some say that when people visit Crybaby Bridge expecting to hear something strange, their minds create the sounds. But if that's true, how do we explain the paranormal investigators capturing the cries on tape? Here's where things get even more interesting. Recently, old records were discovered that mention a tragic accident involving a mother and child near the bridge many years ago. The details are unclear, but some believe this is proof that the legend has real roots. Others dismiss it as just a coincidence. Then there's one more detail that nobody can seem to explain. Local legends say that if you stand on the bridge at midnight and listen closely, you won't just hear the baby crying. You might feel something cold brush against your ankles, like a small hand trying to pull you into the water. Does this mean there's a restless spirit haunting the bridge? Or is it just our imagination playing tricks? Now you're probably wondering, has anyone ever seen more than just the sounds? Is there any actual footage or physical evidence of what's haunting this bridge? Well, here's where it gets even weirder. In another investigation, a thermal camera picked up what looked like a small figure moving under the bridge, although no one was there at the time. Was it an animal, a trick of the camera, or could it be something else entirely? And here's something that's not talked about much. There's a theory that could change everything we know about Crybaby Bridge.
Some believe Crybaby Bridge isn't haunted by just one spirit, but it is what's known as a thin place. A location where the barrier between the world and the spirit world is weaker. This could explain the strange activity, the reported sightings, and the feeling that something watching you as you stand on this bridge. Could this be why so many people have heard the cries, and why so many feel an overwhelming sense of dread when they visit? Is Crybaby Bridge more than just a ghost story? We may never know the full truth. But what do you think? Is Crybaby Bridge truly haunted, or is it just an overactive imagination at work? Let us know what your thoughts are in the experiences in the comments below. And if you're fascinated by creepy places and unsolved mysteries, be sure to check out our other videos. We've got plenty more eerie stories just like this one. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one with even more haunted tales and mysterious places.